What's happening?
Loading up, time to cruise.
Gym life. Gym life. Hardcore, baby.
It's not heavy.
Packing suitcases onto a car may not be hardcore, but to say this Botswana trip has been soft would be a gross misunderstanding of the epic adventure we're on. 3 nights camped in the bush, surrounded not by fences, but elephants, lions, leopards, and everything else. Today we're on the move southbound as we cross what feels like no man's land and head to a section of the Okavango Delta. Though I'm loaded up with my camera gear at the ready, the heat, rugged landscape, and brutal temperatures aren't exactly conducive to sightings. And eventually we arrive to Mababe, where shit is about to get real.
Brendan, where are we?
We are in Botswana.
No,
Oh, you mean specifically?
Yeah.
Okavango Delta. This is the whole river.
Better pay attention to the briefing.
Dude, your hat is so dirty.
I can start now.
You may. Okay, I made it to Magotlo Lodge. This place is absolutely beautiful. I've got like a bush tent in here. I was gonna say I've never been this dirty in my life, but I remember that I have crossed Mauritania on an iron ore train, and I was like, yeah, I was definitely dirtier that time. But this is nice. We're right on the Okavango Delta. There's been a couple of elephants around, and I think we're gonna go on a quick game drive at sunset. But honestly, we're so beat. We're just like, not beat, we're like just looking for some comforts, I think, with the 3 days in a row of camping in the bush, that we're all kind of like, yeah, elephants are cool, but so is a shower.
I tried to film the dirt washing off me like a mudslide as I showered, but the bathroom was too dark, so I'll leave you with this creepy image of my hairy legs instead. And now for some more bathroom talk. I just headed towards the toilets, and for some reason Greg started following me.
Dude, you have no idea what these toilets look like, do you? Go, let's show you. Have to see this. This is the coolest toilet ever.
I just need to pee, bro. I just need to pee.
This might be the coolest toilet you've ever seen.
Which one is mint?
These are unisex. Doesn't matter.
Oh, hello.
Very nice sink.
What if an elephant has kind of a kink? Huh?
You know what they call this?
A loo with a view. Can you get the fuck out of here now? 3 days in the bush has made us all a little bit crazy. Here at Magotlo Lodge, we're spoiled by the comforts of a bar, a pool, real toilets, running water, and this amazing view. If I'm being totally honest, it was tough to drag ourselves out of here. In fact, some of our group opted out of the game drive to lounge by the pool instead, and I didn't blame them. But after a couple minutes of driving, I did feel bad for them, because I'd see something I'd been hoping to see for 12 years worth of African safaris. Wild freaking dogs. Risking not making a photo here, but I'm so overwhelmed by this that I actually can't take a good photo right now. Finally, I'm seeing a wild fucking dogs. This is my first time in how many years I've been doing this, and I've never seen wild dogs, and there's a whole fucking pack. Like 15. Like overwhelmed. Can't take a photo because I'm too overwhelmed. But they're running down the road now, and yeah, unbelievable. Wild dogs, otherwise known as African painted dogs, have been the top of my African safari bucket list since I first did a safari. It's taken me 12 years to see them, so sorry about the profanity. I was so overwhelmed and excited, I actually completely forgot how to be a photographer. These are the first 2 photos I took of the dogs. Not exactly my best work. And when the dogs decided to prance away down the road, I was kind of worried that our time with them was over. We followed them down the road. They'd occasionally stop their frantic march to look across or pose for a photo. They cut into the woods, and I thought we'd lose them. But our guides had a hunch about where they were heading, and they were right. Okay, so the wild dogs have been really nice and stopped at a water hole and allowed me to chill the fuck out.
I'm swearing a lot on this episode. I'm just really excited. But there's backlight. It's really beautiful key light on them. And you've got kind of semi-reflections of their silhouettes. And then something cool is happening on top of it. There's a bunch of dragonflies or flies or whatever they are flying around. And they're also catching that light. And that light is like, it almost looks like bokeh. It looks like foreground bokeh. It looks like a wedding photo from 1996. It's kind of sweet. But I'm calming down now and hoping that some of these photos are coming out.
Thankfully for me and my group, the painted dogs did something they rarely do. They chilled out. A water buck stands cautiously in the water hole. He stands totally frozen the entire time the dogs are there. They don't appear to notice him. He's still as a tree. And it's lucky for him because these dogs are some of the most vicious attackers in the world. Painted dogs are almost always on the march. They're constantly in movement, pack hunting, non-stop. So these moments in which they spread out across a waterhole and chill are magic and rare. But as restless as they are, they don't chill for long. They're constantly in motion, perpetually restless, snapping at each other's tails, chasing each other playfully, and making minor stabs at dominance. It's as special a moment I can ever recall having on safari. It brings me back to the first time I ever saw wild elephants or lions. It just feels unreal. And almost out of nowhere, like they were late for dinner, they picked up and walked off into the bush. We thought it was all over. And then...
What's up? That just happened.
Yeah, that was pretty epic. As we thought everything was done, all of a sudden, just there was a crashing in the trees, and what I thought was an oryx, but ended up being a rowan, came flying out, and then all 17 of the wild dogs kept chasing afterwards. It was like pandemonium. They didn't get him. I'm pretty happy for the rowan, actually, but that was just epic. Okavango Delta is showing out.
We headed home on cloud 9. We drove by some elephants like, meh, and then cruised into some food at the lodge.
Welcome back.
Well-deserved victory dinner.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, everybody.
Good morrow.
Good morning, Daniel. Good morning.
Hello, people. Can you tell I washed my hands?
Honey, it's not
It's obviously
all the best branding on that one, but this one is much cleaner and it comes with a, I don't know how to do marketing. It's too early. We are still in the lodge just outside of Mababe, and this is near the Okavango Delta, correct?
Mapabe. We're within the Okavango.
Yeah, this is like a tributary of it.
It's a canal.
A canal.
After nearly a week worth of epic wildlife sightings, we're starting to get greedy. We see water buck in the trees. We kind of shrug them off. What, no wild dogs chasing them? Some impala grazing, but we barely slow down the truck. A giraffe full of battle scars. We move on pretty quickly. Nothing against the wildlife we're seeing, we're just on a bit of a wildlife euphoria hangover. We stop briefly at some hippos who stare at us with disapproving eyes. Elephants we would have lost our minds seeing a week ago, we watch only briefly. We are so beyond spoiled. We see an injured lion sitting along the shores of the river nursing a wound. The scene is incredible, nearly picture perfect. And then along the river we see a spotted hyena on the prowl. Amazingly, on a trip filled with predators and scavengers, this is our first hyena.
We cruise along until we can't anymore.
Uh-oh, looks like we're stuck in the mud.
One mama.
Boys are stuck, so we're gonna have to try and pull them out here. Got, if I pull really hard. Yeah! Yeah! Yo! Easy! Good job, Tisa.
Thank you. He's just the boss. Hey Greg, you're not supposed to get out of the car in the national park.
Shit!
Free of the mud, we rolled back to the lodge, stuffed ourselves with some breakfast, lounged by the pool, and then packed up our things to head south.
Tita promised us today he would find us an aardwolf, a Cape pangolin, a porcupine, and an African civet. Promised us, or our money back. Am I wrong, Tita?
No, I didn't promise anything, please.
Tisa has made no promises.
You said I made no promises, please.
We're heading to Maun, Botswana's 5th largest city. Although it only has 50,000 inhabitants, after this past week, it feels straight up cosmopolitan. Oh, and we hit pavement for the first time in days.
Oh! Oh! We made it!
Yeah, that's on top.
Paved road. Ah!
Okay, we arrived in Maun yesterday afternoon, and I gotta be honest, we were pretty destroyed. It's been an absolutely epic time in Savuti and Okavango Delta, beyond my expectations. We had such an incredible time, saw way more wildlife than I expected, had way better sightings than I expected. It was just, yeah, like a once in a lifetime sort of thing. And I feel so blessed to have had it, but we were also very tired when we got in here. So crashed for about 9 hours last night, and yeah, I see once in a lifetime opportunity, but I'll be back here next year. So if you want to join me, there's info on how you can join me here in Botswana in the description below. That's it for me. I'm going to have one more video from here in Botswana. I'll see you there. Peace.